Minecraft SMPs have been one of the most major forms of Minecraft content on the internet since literally the earliest years of Minecraft's popularity. What is a Minecraft SMP? The acronym SMP stands for Survival Multiplayer, which means multiple people playing on the same survival server or game at once, the most popular game of this being Minecraft. Throughout the course of Minecraft's history on YouTube, there have been dozens of popular SMPs that are very well known, a lot of them still being active today. Usually in these SMPs, they consist of a small group of well-known Minecraft YouTubers who each have their own Let's Play series of the same SMP, with each individual perspective. In this video, I will be talking about 12 Minecraft SMPs that are highly well known, some of them being mini SMPs, and most of them being ones that still go on today. By the way, not all of these SMPs that I mentioned take place on YouTube, as instead they may take place on Twitch. Anyways, these SMPs have definitely put a massive impact on how the Minecraft community functions today, so let's start off with the first one on the list. Mindcrack was one of the earliest Minecraft SMPs to exist on YouTube, and it laid the foundation for what an SMP would generally be like, such as being the inspiration for the destined to be popular Hermitcraft. Without Mindcrack, who knows if Hermitcraft would have even existed, yet alone many other popular SMPs we all know and love today. Mindcrack was created in October of 2010 by Good Boulderfist, who is a very old gaming YouTuber. The Mindcrack SMP eventually rose to fame, even getting its own panel during Minecon. The SMP shared a lot of members that would eventually be or were already on Hermitcraft, such as B-Dubs, Generic B, EthosLab, Donk, and more. Mindcrack was filled with goofing around, building, and other fun projects, but this fun would eventually reach its slow demise in around 2014 to 2015. Around this time, a set of new rules and regulations were had to be set into agreement, leaving several members like Etho not wanting to play on the server anymore, as well as the factor of getting bored of it. The SMP still continued to go on after this, as it now has 8 seasons, but it no longer has the same energy it once had before. A lot of these old members eventually joined the SMP's parallel, who is still able to grow and develop, the server that was originally inspired by Mindcrack itself, Hermitcraft. Hermitcraft is known to be one of the most popular, successful, and longest-living SMPs known today, with a history spanning from 2012 all the way to today. The server started in April of 2012 by Generic B, but was transferred ownership to Exumavoid in Season 2. Just like Mindcrack, Hermitcraft is currently in its 8th season, which started around mid-summer of 2021. Throughout its course of history, many members have constantly left, joined, and rejoined until we had the 26 iconic members we all know today. The thing that makes Hermitcraft stand out so much is its overly impressive projects that take place on the server. The server consists of its astonishing builds, megabases, redstone farms and contraptions, and economy, as well as the iconic events and storylines that take place during the server. In Season 7, we had the iconic mayoral race with Good Times with Scar coming out victorious as the mayor of the shopping district, as well as the shopping district's great turf war between the Mycelium Resistance led by Grian and the Hermitcraft Environmental Protection or HEP agency led by Scar. Another thing that makes the server so popular is its iconic and popular members, or hermits, who play on it. The server has many very well-known Minecraft YouTubers such as Grian, Mumbo Jumbo, Good Times with Scar, Iskal85, EthosLab, Exumavoid, and many more. Currently, Hermitcraft still seems to thrive and grow as time goes on, but it is not the only popular SMP that took the world by storm. The Dream SMP was also one of the most popular Minecraft SMPs known today, with several iconic and well-known content creators, a lot of them even being more popular than the Hermits, such as Dream, Tommy Innit, and Technoblade. The thing about the Dream SMP is that it's usually streamed on Twitch, but there have been occasions where Dream SMP content is put on YouTube, usually the more important moments. The server is known for its Gen Z type humor, iconic moments, and other random builds that take place on the server, but it's mostly known for something else that builds up the SMP: storylines. By now, a lot of you have probably heard of the iconic storylines from the past, such as L'Manberg or the Disc Saga. Wilbur Soot was probably one of the biggest MVPs in helping improvise or script out these iconic sagas, such as the war between L'Manberg and other forces like Dream, J-Schlatt, and more. However, lately many have been starting to notice that the storylines have been going down in quality and production, becoming more scripted and desperate with each new segment added. The Dream SMP is definitely not as popular and thriving as it once was before, but many people have still kept its peak in their memories. So, we've gone into some of the biggest SMPs, but not every hugely successful SMP has to be super popular. How technical can Minecraft get? SciCraft is definitely one of the most, if not the most, technologically advanced popular SMP on the internet. The thing that makes SciCraft so special is the fact that they mainly focus on creating insane redstone-based farms and other insane technical things in Minecraft. If you're involved in the Minecraft redstone or technical community, you've definitely heard of SciCraft and the impacts it's made on the technical community. The farms that are produced on that server are so groundbreaking that just like Mindcrack and Hermitcraft, the members of SciCraft even got to have their own panel during Minecon. The SciCraft server consists of many members who are well known to the Minecraft Redstone community, such as Ilmango and Nembon, and they even lay a lot of the foundation for the majority of farm-related projects on Hermitcraft. Without SciCraft, Hermitcraft wouldn't be as well functioning as it is now, as well as dozens of other technical related projects on other servers. Okay, so how about an SMP with a very interesting specific concept? SMPEarth was a short-term SMP that started in November of 2019 and ended in April of 2020. The reasons its concept was so interesting was because the server's map was basically an exact replicate of the real world's geography, hence the name SMPEarth. That means that every continent, country, and significant mass of land that exists in real life can be found as part of the terrain on SMPEarth. If you want to go to Australia, you can go to Australia. The SMP consisted of factions, alliances, wars, and other iconic storylines. It had over 60 members who were content creators, a lot of them being very well known, such as TommyInnit, Wilbursoot, and Technoblade, who would eventually join the Dream SMP as well. In fact, a lot of the other Dream SMP members were previously on SMPEarth before joining. Just like SMPEarth, the Vault Hunters SMP has a very specific concept. The SMP is a modded server where the goal is for all of the members to escape the server in 90 days before the world collapses, and by doing this, they must complete puzzles, collect artifacts, and many other cool things. The server is run by Iskal85, who is a well-known member of Hermitcraft, and the Vault Hunters mod pack was created by him and his Iskalia dev team. The thing that makes the SMP pretty cool is that it has some members from Hermitcraft, such as Iskal, Stress Monster, and previously Rendog, as well as others from the Dream SMP and other places, such as Tubbo, Fundy, and H-Bomb. The server is currently in its second season, and it's usually streamed on Twitch, though sometimes Vault Hunters content would be posted on YouTube. The Minecraft Evolution SMP, or EVO for short, was yet again another creative concept for SMPs. The server's concept was that it would start out on one of the earliest versions of Minecraft, and as time goes on, it would slowly update to the next version, making the game more and more familiar. The server had many fun pranks and storylines along the way. EVO existed many years ago, but it consisted of many members such as Grian, Tortoise, Solidarity Gaming, and the Littlewood, Big B Stats, and others that are still popular in the Minecraft community today. The server basically paved the way for how their content style would be shaped now. EVO was Grian's main SMP that he was on before he ever joined Hermitcraft, and it definitely helped develop how he currently makes his content. EVO was basically like Grian's old Hermitcraft before he joined Hermitcraft. A lot of the members still interact with each other now, such as Grian and Pearlescent Moon being great friends and both on Hermitcraft, as well as a lot of them reuniting on the Third Life / Last Life SMP, which I'll be talking about soon. The Legacy SMP, which is not as highly known as the other SMPs on this list, was basically like Hermitcraft's brother from another mother before the Empire's SMP came along. Its concept and the projects that happen on the server are very similar to Hermitcraft's, and it shared some popular members who are great friends with the Hermits, such as Skizzleman, Solidarity Gaming, who's now inactive, Fwip, who's also now inactive, and Logical Geek Boy. Gemini Tay and Pearlescent Moon, who joined Hermitcraft in Season 8, also used to be on the Legacy SMP as well. Currently, the Legacy SMP is in its second season, and it is still active today. Just like Vault Hunters, X-Life was another modded SMP, and it lasted around a year. The SMP consisted of many new features added with the mods, but there was one in particular that made it so special. X-Life was a hardcore series, but instead of not being able to respawn after dying once, players would actually have 10 lives before dying. The functions of how this worked were that everyone would start out on their first life with only 1 heart, and each time they die, they gain 1 more heart. This meant that on their last life, they'd have all the amount of health a normal person would have. The SMP had a lot of members on it, a majority of them who would eventually join the upcoming SMPEarth SMP, and a few who would be part of a new mini SMP very similar to X-Life, but much more chaotic. Alright, I've been waiting forever for this part, because I just love Third Life. Third Life was a very small mini SMP by Green that lasted only 2 months. It was similar to X-Life because just like X-Life, it was a hardcore SMP in which you would be able to die only a certain amount of times before not being able to respawn. In this case, each member would have 3 lives, hence the name. The reason Third Life was chaotic and popular was because when someone reaches their third life, aka their last life, they would be allowed to kill anyone else and take down their lives too. This meant that once someone reached their third life, no one on the server would be safe. The goal was for someone to be the last person alive after everyone else dies, and once that happens, the server ends. If you want to know more on how the series worked, I made a video explaining exactly that, and I'll link it in the description below. The server had many popular and well-known members, most of them coming from Hermitcraft such as Grian, Scar, Beatubs, and more. Just like I mentioned before, it also had some popular members from other SMPs like X-Life such as Major, Solidarity, and Small Speens. Even though the series only lasted for 2 months, a Season 2 of Third Life started a little over a month ago and is still going on. However, the rules and mechanics of this season had been changed so much that they even had to change the name of the series to Last Life. In this season, now everyone would be assigned a random number of lives, you would be able to transfer lives, and a boogeyman or boogeymen would be randomly chosen each session, sort of like the imposter from Among Us. 3 new members were also added who are also very popular: Mumbo Jumbo, Pearlescent Moon, and LD Shadow Lady. This SMP really brought the Hermits and other related Minecrafters back together, but now let's move on to the most recently created SMP on this list. The SMPEarth SMP. The SMPEarth SMP is a very recently created SMP which started this year on June 12th by FWIP and is still currently active today. In the SMP, each person basically owns their own themed kingdom, and alliances and enemies can be made. The server has a sort of similar playstyle to Hermitcraft as there are massive builds, bases, and goofing around, as well as lots of lore and storylines. Yeah, there was basically a demon on the server. Just like Hermitcraft, the server's members are very well known, such as Major, FWIP, Solidarity, Small Speens, LD Shadow Lady, Shovel, The Mythical Sausage, Pixel Riffs. I could really go on and on. The people of SMPEarth already sort of developed their own community as the SMP has gotten really popular. Fun fact, Pearlescent Moon and Gemini Tay are on both the SMPEarth SMP and Hermitcraft as well. At last, we have the Shady Oaks SMP. I think this SMP is a great way to end off this video because it sorta acts like an aftermath, you know? The Shady Oaks SMP is a very special SMP created by iBallistic Squid at the beginning of 2021, which acts sorta like a retirement home SMP. The server only allows OG Minecraft YouTubers who were pretty popular in the past to join, so the SMP really helps people bring back old childhood memories. Shady Oaks started out with only 4 members who were DanTDM, iBallistic Squid himself, Think Noodles, and Thank Sia, but over time they slowly added new members such as Captain Sparkles, Big B Stats, and many more familiar faces from many years ago. The server consists of people playing around and causing chaos, and if you really want to get that dose of nostalgia, you may want to check it out. Each SMP has really contributed to the Minecraft community with their amazing talent and content, and gives us a lot of memories as well. So, which SMP in which I mentioned is your favorite? Do any of these SMPs which you haven't watched before seem interesting to you? Comment down below what you think. Also, I just want to make a clarification that I know there are a lot of other popular SMPs with big impacts that I didn't mention, and that's because there's no way I could talk about every popular content creator SMP in existence. But if you do have any suggestions for other SMPs I should talk about, feel free to put them in the comments, and I may think about doing a part 2 someday. Anyways, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye!